Hey yo, what's good YouTube? This is your boy Dr. Zizi and today I'm back with another video, and today is actually a response video to one of these YouTubers who's also a medical student in the US. Her name is Jenny Lay or Jenny Lee if I'm pronouncing it right. She's got some great content, so I'm gonna link a description can't talk. I'm gonna put the link of her YouTube video in the description below. Be sure to check her out and give her some love. But the question is that she recently came up with a video stating $321,000 in med school debt. That is ridiculous, like, you know. So and the thing is, a lot of people in the US actually know, like, you know, if they want to become a doctor, they have to go through crazy amounts of debt, and then they have to continue paying it after they start working for the next 10-15 years. I mean, it's insane, you know. I mean, first of all, you get into such a great profession such as medicine, but then you also have to put yourself into such a huge amounts of debt. My heart goes to all of those people who actually have to go through this way. That's why I came out with this video, to show you guys that there are alternatives. Like, you know, you don't really have to get into debt, at least so much debt, to actually get into medical school. And I think that's something we are going to talk about today. So the first thing I want to say is that whatever I'm going to say, it is completely my opinion according to what I have found out and my research. If you guys don't probably agree with me, maybe you should do your own research before, of course, choosing or going by what I'm going to say. So let's look at the situation. Let's take US for example. To become a doctor in the US, you first of all have to go through 4 years of pre-med, 4 years of med school, and after these 8 years you have become a doctor, but you can go into debt almost from $300,000 to $500,000 depending on the kind of university that you go to. So what is the solution? So the first solution is widen your horizons. If you're living in US, UK, Australia, where medicine is crazy expensive, you gotta start looking into other places. Start looking at other places, such as different areas, such as Europe, like places such as Russia, Poland, Germany. All of these places have really good medicine for a very cheap price. The question is, why is medicine so cheap in Europe? Because we always tend to think if something is cheap, it has to be low quality. It's not the truth. Europe and Germany, they believe in free education. In fact, lately, I mean, don't count me on this, you have to do your own research, but lately Germany also is figuring out to make medicine completely free for international graduates, but you have to learn the German language. Let's start with the time. In US, to become a doctor, you have to go through 8 years of studying, so which is 4 years of pre-med and then 4 years of med school. That's a real long time. Whereas in Europe, or China, medicine can be anywhere between 5 years to 6 years. It's 2 years less than what you would go through in the States. Looking at number 2, the cost. Let's look at some of the prices of medical school. In US, pre-med and med together can easily cost you around $300,000 to $500,000 on one hand. On the other hand, medicine in Europe, for example, such as Russia or Poland or Germany, could range anywhere between $3,500 to $9,000 a year. So let's do the math. $500,000 on average to become a doctor in the States, whereas $5,000 on average multiplied by 6 years, that is $25,000. You see, the difference is absolutely insane. Number 3, studying in Europe or Asia, the best thing is the cost of living. It's cheap, guys. Compared to staying in US, if you'd stay in some like expensive places such as New York, your rent could easily go all the way from $700 to $800. Studying in Europe, it is ridiculously cheap. For example, in Russia, some hostels cost $200 a year. Yes, a year, which is $20 a month. That is just crazy cheap. On top of that, you could live a comfortable lifestyle over here for around $500 a month. At the end of the day, you reduce your costs. So there are so many good things about studying in other places other than States or US or Australia, which are expensive countries. But why aren't many people actually choosing these options? You must be thinking, okay, so the education is cheap, living expense is cheap, so what is the catch? Why aren't many people going to study over here? So the first reason, I believe, is the main reason, is clearing the board exams. So regardless of wherever you do your medical university, once you go back to your country to practice medicine over there, you have to clear your board exams. And a lot of people are afraid of this journey because they think, oh, once I finish medical university, I have to go back and clear my country exams, which are difficult. That's why they tend to stay in their countries and do the exams, because they're in the system. For example, in US, you have to do USMLE. If you're going to go and work back in the UK, you have to do PLAB exams. If you're going to go and work back in Australia, you have to do the AMC exams. If you want to work in your country other than, like, say, India, Sri Lanka, whatever, you have to go back to your country and clear the board exams. So that's the biggest reason people do not want to come, because they do not want to go through extra stress of going back home and clearing the exams again. That's why they tend to stay in their countries, finish it over there, and then get into the system right away. That's why it's important for you to weigh out the differences. Is it important for you to like stay in the system and you're okay with taking the debt and paying it for the next 10 to 15 years, or you're willing to take a different route, go into another country, study medicine, it'll be cheaper for you, and then go back to your country, clearing the board exams, and then get into the system. You're basically going to get into the same place at the end of the day. It's just a question of how you need to weigh what is the most important to you. And another reason that a lot of people do not want to come and study in these countries is because of the language issue. Because most of these countries have their own language. For example, Poland, you have to learn to speak Polish. Germany, you have to speak German. Russia, you have to speak Russian. And a lot of people think that, it's very difficult for me. I have never spoken these foreign languages in my life. So it's very difficult for me to come to this country and learn the foreign language. Well, let me introduce to some of my friends who actually came from abroad and did actually learn the language. So, let's go to them.
Здравствуйте, я из Ливана, и я приехал сюда, в Россию, чтобы изучать медицину.
Я из Индии, я люблю русский язык.
Я из Шри-Ланки. Учить русский язык не было сложно.
Ну так не бойтесь, приезжайте в Европу и учитесь медицину. So as you see guys, even me and my friends, all of us came here, we never knew the language, but we came over here, we learned it, and we got it. And the best part was you actually learn a new language, you learn a new culture. It is really exciting, it's interesting, and it's adventurous. So if the language is a barrier for you to not to go to a country and study, you should think again, because I think that will be the best thing that will ever happen in your life, and you will definitely come to those countries and you will learn those languages if you put some good effort. So a lot of these countries in Europe actually teach medicine in their own language, but lately a lot of countries have adapted to English as well. My university teaches in English. I also know some universities in Europe such as Poland which teach medicine in English. So you can still study medicine in English, but still you will get the exposure to language. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Well, the next question is uncertainty. A lot of people are uncertain about the future by studying in a foreign language because they feel that they're studying in a foreign country and they have to finish over here and then go back to their countries and do their exams, and they think that what happens if they do not get through the exams? Will they be able? I'll tell you one thing. It all depends on you. Right now, information is available everywhere to the tips of your fingers. You use the internet, you have all kinds of information, YouTube. Through this, you can always be informed about the latest guidelines that have been released. That is great. For example, I am graduating from Russia and I'm planning to do the PLAB exams, which is in the UK. So it's the same thing at the end of the day. The only thing is I will get into a system a little bit later, but at the end of the day, I will have less debt to pay. Once again guys, these countries do teach good medicine. Medicine in most of these countries are really good. It all depends on you of how much you are going to be interested once you're in the university. If you're going to be proactive and learn more stuff about things that's happening in your country, about how the medicine is changing in your country, and be completely informed. At the end of the day, it comes down directly to you of how much effort you're putting. And if you put all the effort you can become a good doctor studying anywhere in the world. So to wrap this entire thing up, the choice is absolutely yours. You have to decide if you want to take the unconventional route and go to a foreign country and study medicine and save yourself from a ton of debt, or you could do the usual thing that people do, that is go to a medical university in the States, get into the system right away, finish your medical university, get a job, and then pay the debt for the next 10 to 15 years. It all depends on you. So it's your life at the end of the day. Make sure you really weigh in the pros and cons and then finally decide what you want to do. One quick tip, when you choose your university, be sure to go into Google, check out FIMA Medical Recognized University, and check out the World Medical Directory and see if that university exists in that list, because that directory basically proves that your medical university is recognized and will be accepted everywhere around the world. Also, every single country has their own list of medical universities that they recognize. So go into Google, write the name of your country and the list of medical universities that your country accepts, and see if that list is there as well. If it is, then great, you're good to go. My heart goes out to people who actually become doctors, but they incur so much debt that they have to pay for such a long time. That's why I made this video, to actually inform you people that there is another way out. But yeah, you have to do your own research. This is my point of view. Make sure you do your own research and then finally decide what you want to do. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment in the comment section below, and let me know if you want to know some more information about studying abroad. This is your boy Dr. Zizi signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.